Chapter 83. The 8-Star Demon Lords. The red-haired demon lord raised up right after I consumed Clayman. Brilliant, then from today onwards you will be recognized and known as a demon lord. Is there anyone who opposes this? Indeed, there were no oppositions as apparently, I had already been accepted as a demon lord long before this. I was thankful. To be honest, when I provoked another demon lord and had an argument I thought I would be a gunner, it was a desperate act. I believed that Rimuru was a guy that could get things done when needed to. If you like, I could allow you to be my disciple. Ah, I'm good. Go find someone else to follow you. What's with that? What's wrong with following me? Begged Rimuru. Milim reacted. You want to get along with Rimuru because he's my friend, right? Rimuru, it's a lie, right? You're so unpopular, Rimuru. Milim spoke while laughing. What was that? Take this. Saying those words, Rimuru made a splendid flying kick towards Milim's face, but Milim skillfully avoided it. I stared at the two, amazed. On the other hand, I can sense Rumina's hatred against Veldora. Suddenly Rumina reacted. Oh well, I'll admit it today, if you survive the next Great War, I'll play with you. Since I was stared at with bloodthirsty eyes, I believed this was going to be a tough one, but it seems like everything's fine. Another demon lord reacted. We approve of this, don't we, Dogruel? Yes, we do indeed. I have nothing to oppose of this. Dino and Dogruel have also given their approval. The issue the two talked about must be something major. It seemed that they were trying to protect me a while ago. I have no concern in regards to being a demon lord or whatever. Do as you like. Leon said that, cold as usual. Now then, there's two individuals left. Thinking of this, I stared at Frey and Carrion. Frey noticed my gaze and stared back at me as if she were sizing me up. Is it fine? We're in the middle of the feast, and I'd like to make a request rather than a suggestion. Is it okay? And such words were spoken. Rumina's butler had set the round table in its original position. There was a large piece of table that broke, but I didn't look at it. It seems compensating for this round table is going to be pricey. The demon lords sat around the round table. During the meeting, two maids came in to prepare tea. Frey began to talk after everyone had calmed down. First of all, there are no objections to accept Rimuru as a demon lord. My suggestion is another matter differing from the topic. After observing the battle earlier, I was convinced that as a demon lord, I am too weak. Even when I combat Clayman, we're just neck to neck. If it were an aerial battle, I would have the advantage, but this isn't an excuse for a demon lord. I have decided to become a subordinate of Milim. Milim is also very dangerous, not someone that should be left alone. I may be inferior as a demon lord, however my capabilities in combat are decent. What do you think? Will you accept my proposal? Saying this, Frey alternate stares at Milim and Guy. It's not about her being weak. Rather, Clayman is the impulsive type, like a tactician. To think Frey would rely on tactics made them have a weird feeling in their gut. Well, I wonder, is it because she's the scary female type that makes this even weirder? Just before Milim was able to respond to the proposal. Wait a second. If that's the case, there are things I want to say as well. I too had lost to Milim due to my inflated ego. I plan to step down as the general. What if there is a disaster, or maybe the hero appears? Giving this loser the name of a demon lord is self-centered, isn't it? That is why, starting from today, I will be the subordinate of Milim. At the moment, they don't even bother to check the other party's intentions. Milim doesn't have any subordinates in the first place. That's why, there isn't anything stopping Milim getting subordinates. This then makes me wonder, what will happen to the subordinates of the two demon lords? Wait a minute, Carrion. It was Clayman, I was controlled by him. That's probably unreasonable. While that excuse still wasn't accepted, I thought about Milim. The other demon lords have a surprised look on their face in response to that recklessness. You bastards, don't pretend ignorance and lecture others. A little while ago you were? It's probably impossible for him to dominate me. I'm good at breaking free from such things. Or something like that, isn't it right? A good imitation of Milim's voice was used to redeliver her lines. Guy is surprisingly skillful. Well, it doesn't matter what happens to that muscle-brain idiot over there, you're fine, right, Milim? To have the courageousness to say such a thing. When it comes to subordinates and servants, can you not speak to me so casually? Didn't we pull off the trick together as well? Hearing Milim's words, his head shook. No, if you want to, we can work together. After all, wouldn't it be more fun together? Thus, an initiation began. As you can see, this is a place where you can't afford to be careless. Well, Carrion being Carrion, don't worry about it, but you obliterated my country. You too, have the responsibility to take care of us. Smoke began to rise from Milim as she tries to understand the situation. He's more of a schemer than I, though. Milim, who could no longer understand what is happening, is now inches away from losing consciousness. Finally, whatever, do as you like. The smoke that came out of her head was like a volcanic eruption, and she stopped thinking. As expected of Milim, she looks clever, but she's no good at thinking. Alright. Then today onwards, Carrion and Frey are no longer demon lords. You should have served Milim from the beginning. Guy announces so with a laugh. Nobody present voiced an objection. Naturally, I too, have no objection. Thus, my recognition as a demon lord has formally been approved. At the same time, the 3 demon lords were excluded, one was given eternal death, and the other 2 are now direct subordinates of Milim. The 10 great demon lords is currently down to the 8 great demon lords. I see, it's not the 10 great demon lords anymore. In response to my murmuring, the demon lords reacted jumpily. Alarming, huh? For the sake of our dignity, we must think of a new name. Dogruel had brought up such an issue. Is this such an essential issue? Fortunately, we're in the middle of the oil purchase banquet. All the demon lords are gathered here, so there is an abundance of wisdom floating about. Ruminus made a serious look, acting like she is interested in the issue. It doesn't matter, our name is. Besides, the humans already named us without our permission in the first place. Didn't the previous 10 great demon lords took about 3 months to decide? I'm already burned out. I don't have any more energy to think. You possibly didn't think even before you burned out. I've been thinking hard up till now. That's not what it looks like. Or rather, why did it take 3 months to think up such a name? Or rather, what I really want to say is that the demon lords seem to have a lot of free time. What I heard is that during those 3 months the name 10 great demon lords had already taken root amongst the humans. In the end, it was decided to go with that name, but the needed assent weren't obtained. Calm down, we need to cooperate and get over it, Guy said. And he silenced his surrounding with wordless, oppressive silence. That's right, as Guy said. Give it your all, everyone. Ramirez restated this. Apparently not all 8 great demon lords were convinced. And as if cooperation and coordination were meaningless, I'm leaving it all to you guys. I have no interest in this matter. I leave it to you. Immediately, a few people had already started to interfere with the fragmented cooperation between demon lords. As expected of demon lords, I thought it would be impossible to unite in the first place, and it seems like it really is. Moreover, when the atmosphere was about to get even more awkward, oh, if that's the case, then this is the specialty of my friend Rimuru. Behind my back, Veldora had said such a thing when he began to get bored. I thought he would be fine as long as he keeps reading manga when such an event occurs. Reading the mood, he indifferently continues reading on his own. Ramirez nodded in response to Veldora's words. That reminds me, it was you who named my subordinate butler. It's not even your servant, is what I wanted to say, but now's not the time for this. But this person, I caught a glimpse of her intentions showing, only to disappear right after. Well, I don't really mind, but it's up to Beretta's intentions. Looking around, the demon lord's expectation-filled gazes are now all focused on me. Oh no, the encircling net has already been cast. Twinkling to each other, Guy said, today, Rimuru has been recognized as a new demon lord. I think I would like to give you a great privilege. Yes! The privilege to give us a new name. Receiving such a great honor, you will naturally accept it, will you not? This is a charming voice. And I remained silent, neither accepting nor rejecting. And besides, you are the reason why our numbers decreased. Take responsibility and think of a name already. Unexpectedly came an intimidating tone. This is going to be seriously troublesome. Whatever. I give up too. I get it already. Goodness sake, don't protest if you don't like the name. I replied thus. The demon lords, now at ease with their face filled with smiles. They relax while I substitute them in a tea ceremony, completely leaving it to others. I think the tea ceremony is an idiom about leaving all the hard work to others. Well then, this guy has high standing. There are 8 demon lords. 8 great demon lords is probably fine, but I have a feeling this wouldn't do. Earlier, Ramirez think 8 great demon lords is fine, right? I was about to say it, but the intimidating glares from my surroundings made me forget all about it. Rejected. Now what? What about 8-star demon lords? Even though I associated it with an octagram? I tried to think of new names for them, and ended up with these. Octostar Demon Lord? Star 8 Demon Lord? 8th Star Demon Lord? And my personal favorite, Octodimensional Star Demon Lord. None made it to the end. After I spoke, silence followed. The demon lords closed their eyes, and inspected each word carefully. After a while, everyone opened their eyes in unison. It's decided. A splendid name. Don't think you have one yet, a new era is upon us. I thought so. If it's Rimuru, I believed he can do it. Rimuru, you damn genderless. Making my life so hard. As expected indeed. I'll acknowledge this, just a little. In an instant. Wow. The last one took 3 months. There weren't any objections. That's great. Even if anyone objects, I'm going to make that person think of a name instead. From today onwards, the feared demon lords will be known as the 8-star demon lords, Octagram. For the demon race belongs to Guy Crimson, the Lord of Darkness. For the dragonoid race belongs to Milim, the Tyrant of Destruction. For the pixie race belongs to Ramirez, the Fairy of the Labyrinth. For the giant race belongs to Dagruel, the Continent's Wrath. For the vampire race belongs to Raminus, the Queen of Nightmares. For the fallen angel race belongs to Dino, the Sleeping Ruler. For the humanoid demon race belongs to Leon Cromwell, the Blonde Devil. And for the newly recognized demon lord Rimuru Tempest. I want a cool second name, too. To make my soul tremble in excitement, they're wonderful guys. Well, there's someone inside who will think whatever. With my acknowledgement as a demon lord, the distribution of land was also carried out. Presently, my territory consists of the entirety of the Great Jura Forest. Frey's, Carrion's, as well as Clayman's territory will be merged and be under the rule of Milim. In the end, her rule is nominal. Territory management will probably be left to Carrion and Frey, as well as Milim's people. Because there are some drifters amongst the demon lords, hiding in their territory, so I don't know the locations of all the rulers. Nevertheless, with the demon lord's ring, it is possible to communicate with them. I was also given one. The demon lord's ring can not only be used for communication, but also summons a spatial magic gate. Of course, they can freely visit this place. And that's about it, which means I can come here without needing them to exclusively come pick me up. No, I can't think about this. I have a feeling I am only going to feel tiresome if I ask this. Thus, the series of events concerning Clayman as the Mastermind has come to a close, and I was recognized as the new demon lord. Clayman's master, the existence of this Mastermind is troublesome, but at the moment the issues from the demon side are resolved. Moreover, I have officially stepped up to the position as the demon lord. Guy had a thin smile on his face as he observed the demon lords. Now, the demon lords have received a new name as well as a slight increase in combat power. 8-star demon lords. A representation of the new demon lords, I think it's a splendid name. The dissemination of forces is settled and everything has settled into a state of equilibrium. In the Great War this time, it is certain that he has the advantage. There's no difference whether he wins or loses, but even so it is natural for him to desire winning. While it lies in his degree of familiarity. According to what Dino heard, the Eastern Empire is rapidly gathering forces. The troops that was once destroyed by Veldor has begun to regroup and powerful beings are reborn once more. And, we suspect that within the shadows of the Eastern Empire lies the existence of the Scorching Dragon, Vilgurind. If the Empire starts making a move, the dragon kind may start getting active. Things have become exciting. The pieces have been disseminated on the world as the stage, the war game for power. The challengers will give their all and participate in this fight. A way to finally relieve this boredom after 500 years. This time's great war is going to be something truly great. My own ultimate skill, Prideful King Lucifer. Milim's ultimate skill, Wrathful King Satan. And, the new Demon Lord Rimuru's ultimate skill, Gluttonous King Beelzebub is taken into consideration. 3 major powers with the strongest abilities and the ultimate skills are prepared. I don't think I am the stronger one here, but I hope it's a happy miscalculation. In addition, within Dino, Sloth. Within Ruminus, Lust. The priority of awakening of the two's ultimate ability is only placed in the back. To enjoy things about Xian, she already has combat abilities on par with the Demon Lords, and further growth can be expected from her. Except she used her blessing on cooking. Maybe she can learn to cleanly slice up enemies into meat strips. The bud of jealousy has sprouted. Frey, Carrion, and Xian. I confirmed what resided in these 3 at the same time. No one can foresee where the wind will blow, but when they awaken it would be a joyous event. Positively, I wouldn't be drunk and jealously and collapse. Jealousy is hard to control, for it feels like even after I awaken from my dream I still dwell in yet another dream. I thought of the future, and indulged in the joyful feeling of his imaginations for a while.